Around the Western Cape in George, 4 survivors have been rescued from the rubble. 7 people have died and around 40 others remain unaccounted for after a multi-story apartment block under construction caved in yesterday afternoon. Right, for the latest on that story, let's take you back live there to our reporter Karinda Jagmohan, keeping watch over the processes. Rescue operations still continuing tonight, Karinda.
Certainly, this rescue operation will continue until this morning and beyond, until they can actually access the survivors who they can hear. Right now, you can see rescuers are at the top of part of the rubble, where they are removing rubble from one side, handing it down. They formed a chain to ultimately try and access 2 survivors they believe they can hear. So far right now at the scene, there are 6 voices coming from this rubble. 3 on the complete right side, where earlier we saw 1 person being rescued. So 3 people were rescued from that scene. And then right now, where the rescuers are, on top of this what used to be essentially a basement parking lot, they believe there are 2 survivors there, and then nearby they believe that there was 1 survivor, and that is why there's this process to remove rubble as fast as they can and ensure that they can access. Unfortunately, we are not able to be here. We're told to sort of stay behind this truck. But right now, what's also happening is that they need more personnel on the ground. There are more than 200 emergency service members right now on this ground. Okay, let's move. Police officers not happy with where we are. So we've got to sort of just move a little bit here. But right now also, it is an issue with regards to the death toll. We know that 7 people have died, and what rescuers say is this is still a rescue mission. They don't want to say it's a recovery mission as yet. They want to work, especially when they get to that 48-hour mark. That is critical. And another aspect that one of the rescuers have pointed out is that those who are beneath this rubble are dehydrated, and a person can live without water for up to 3 days. But considering that those stuck under the rubble are possibly injured, in a state of panic, in a state of claustrophobia, scared, and so it's a race against time to try and dig beneath this concrete mound and try and get to the survivors, and sometimes even using hands just to remove the rocks here. So this mission will go on for quite a while, and right now, from what we hear, 6 people, there are 6 voices, and they're going to try and get to that. Between 7 and 9 p.m. today, we saw 4 rescues, and those rescues sort of brought some hope, sort of re-energized the team on the ground, because essentially it was their work, a culmination of hours of digging, hours of searching, 17 hours actually to find one. Dalvin Safer, the son of Dion, who we spoke to earlier, specifically we've been telling really his story, because his father has been speaking about the trauma, to just try and listen to his son's voice, some of the voice notes, his son putting his phone off and back on, surviving beneath this rubble for 35 hours, now in hospital recovering, and so many other survivors possibly feeling the same kind of shock as well. So that's what's happening on the ground. We're going to keep you updated as well. We'll be back up at 6 a.m. tomorrow from the scene, from the hospital as well, just to give you all angles of this tragedy. What rescuers themselves has said, it's a serious tragedy that has befallen not just the city but this country, considering the magnitude of what has happened with regards to the structural collapse. And of course, after this is complete, after we have seen some more progress here towards the end of the week, we expect more discussion about the accountability process. These are the trucks that are collecting the rubble, and then they will move on, and there are many such construction trucks around us. So that is currently what is happening right now. But certainly, again, even Dion Saif's son, saying that he wants an investigation. He wants those who are found to be negligent in this building itself to be held accountable, because he sadly lost many of his friends. 7 people are dead. At least 40 at this point, we understand, are still trapped beneath the rubble, and it's a race against time to get to them.
Karinda Jagmohan live for us. They're giving us the latest from the George building collapse.